Okay, hi guys. Thought I'd give you a quick update on Woody and the little bits of information I found out, and more importantly, I've got some information at the end of this video that you should definitely hang around and look at, because I think it's a lot more important than the whole Woody fiasco. So yeah, look, it's kind of overwhelming the amount of media interest and social media interest we got off Woody. Of course, that's all gone now. The information I found out, and I found out when we were working on the guidebook, is the Wharncliffe Mill and Compartment 10 trails. If you look at the trailhead maps now, they're as called Woodjamup Trail Network. So this is inside the Woodjamup area, which used to be called Bramley Forest. This is part of a wider picture of working with the traditional owners and moving forward to that, I think maybe with an agreement or something. Anyway, it's welcomed, and I think it's something we need to move forward with to include them as part of the management. So look, that's good news out of it, but it might also explain why it was considered sensitive. But on to the more important thing. November 2018 was an important timeline. Why, you're asking? Because in November 2015, 3 years beforehand, we had the then Minister Albert Jacobs down in Margaret River launching this, almost near Woody as well actually. This is the Southwest Master Plan. Now, 3 years have passed since then. It had a whole bunch of 3-year targets in there, so we're going to have a look now at what has been completed in those 3 years. So if you read the master plan, in the first couple of pages, you'll have a high priority. So the priority highs are Margaret River for 80 kilometres of trail, priority high. Collie Wellington, 80 kilometres of trail, priority high. Pemberton, 80 kilometres of trail, priority high. Dunsborough also was a high priority for 30 kilometres of trail, with more to come. So in the master plan on page 8, worth a look, you can have a look at the immediate start planning phase 1. In the first 3 years, there was meant to be 105 kilometres of trail constructed. Now you might be asking, Travis, where's that 105 kilometres trail? Glad you asked. So, under the recommended development, we've got Margaret River with 30 kilometres, Collie Wellington Dam area with 30 kilometres, Pemberton with 30 kilometres, Dunsborough with 15 kilometres. So we've only got a couple of kilometres of that. Planning total there of 105 kilometres. That was immediate. In the 1 to 3 year period, or planning phase 2, Margaret River was meant to get another 50 kilometres of planning. Collie Wellington was 50 kilometres of planning. Pemberton, 50 kilometres of planning. Dunsborough, 15 kilometres of planning. Nannup, 15 kilometres of planning. Bunbury, 20 kilometres, and Witcher, Secret Witcher, which is near Bustleton, another 20 kilometres. Now, if this has been complete, the southwest would be resplendent in lots of little pin flags from the detailed design plans. I'd really like to find out how many of these places have had completed detailed design plans. I guess that would be a question to the Minister or to Westcycle, because they are the ones who are managing this plan. Why, you ask, Westcycle? Well, at the end of the day, the Southwest Master Plan goes over a bunch of different areas that are a bunch of different landholders. So can't be managed by DBCA because people don't like DBCA, which is DPOR, managing areas that they're not entitled to manage. So it's owned by Westcycle. Westcycle is the ones who are overseeing it. So look, it'd be great to hear the progress of this, because it's not just 3 years. This whole project really started in 2013 when a local company, Common Ground, were commissioned to write this. Now, I've heard figures from $100,000 to $200,000. So that was money that could have gone to be building actual physical trails that was put into a detailed design. Well, a master plan, I should say. This master plan sits under the blueprint and is meant to be instructive. 2013 they were commissioned. October 2014 the draft went out to the community. It was well received. The inputs were received back and compiled to the master plan final launch in 2015. So back in 2013, when people were trying to get trails opened, the answer they were getting was no, wait for the master plan. So the impact of this master plan has really been no significant trail development since about 2013, when it was on the horizon that was going to be built. So as a community, we really want to push and make sure that this actually becomes a bit of reality. There is a danger in, if we don't push and make it happen, that it can just smother and suffocate and die from lack of attention. There's 495 kilometres of trail in this plan. 495 kilometres of trail that is waiting for us to actually push and make happen. So look, don't blame Wamba. Wamba's run by volunteers. Don't blame the local clubs. Local clubs are run by volunteers as well. We love volunteers, people who give up their own precious family time to do something for the betterment of all. Love you guys. There is Westcycle. These are paid people. Don't blame DBCA. They're not behind this. They're not managing it. They're at the other end, where they get told by the minister where the funding is and what needs to happen. So, you know, it falls at minister level. So if you guys could just take 5-10% of your passion that you showed for Woody, and I think this is a really key time to start getting some clarity on where we are 3 years into a master plan. Is this a master plan, or is it a pipe dream?